As I was falling asleep a few nights ago, my eyes caught a brilliant flash of light. Confused, I looked around the room, eyeballing my stand-up fan in the corner where I'd placed a piece of duct tape over the operating light. No, the tape was still there. I must be imagining things. So I began to close my eyes, sleepily wondering if I was going a little insane. And there it was again, a bright light flashing right by my eyes. And I realized in that moment that a firefly had discovered my bedroom and was flying in and out of the room and around the room. Growing up in the West, I wasn't familiar with fireflies except in books. And I discovered when I moved to Connecticut for seminary that they were ever present, especially on summer evenings. And I was surprised at how brilliant and all-encompassing their light was. I made it a habit, then and now, of wandering around in the summer evenings and twilight, seeking out those warm, bright flashes of light as they create an ethereal experience, even on a side street or in the park. Summer for me is rather slow this year, and depending on how you're experiencing COVID-19, perhaps it is moving at an incredible speed, or perhaps it's agonizingly slow. But whether it's moving fast or slow, sometimes God can surprise us in the middle of everything. And certainly for me, that's often through nature. And my experience of this firefly that found its way into my bedroom this past week reminded me of the brilliance and magnitude of God, all neatly packaged up in one tiny little insect with this ability to emit flashes of blinding light in the darkness. I'm reminded of Easter Vigil, when we begin in darkness and we light the Paschal candle. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. Some of my favorite psalms speak to God lighting the darkness, such as Psalm 18, verse 28. You, O God, keep my lamp burning. My God turns my darkness into light. It is this light in the darkness that has always brought us great comfort, especially when the darkness seems like it will not end. And sometimes the light of Christ begins with a glow that shines ever brighter. And other times, like the firefly in my bedroom, the light of Christ pierces the darkness like a sword, illuminating the presence of God. For me, nature often serves as a reminder that God is in all things and encompasses all things, often beyond our understanding, no matter how much human progress we think we've made. And so, for the rest of the summer, when you encounter a firefly, may it remind you of God's warm light, piercing light, healing and illuminating light that shall appear in the most unexpected of times and places. And so I leave you with one of my favorite quotes by Gregory of Nazianzus, Oration 28. And I often turn to him and share him with people who are very rational, and yet some things are beyond rationality, or as Gregory says, beyond reason. If you have traversed the air and reckoned up all it involves, come now with me. Touch heaven and all things celestial. Faith rather than reason shall lead us, if that is, you have learned the feebleness of reason to deal with matters quite close at hand, and have acquired enough knowledge of reason to recognize things which surpass reason. Have a wonderful week.